What if, the degree you just spent 4 years and thousands of dollars on is actually completely secondary to getting hired?
Right. It's a pretty scary thought.
Yeah, it really is. Today's deep dive is all about revealing why your specific college major matters a lot less than this hidden set of business rules and digital algorithms.
Absolutely. We're unpacking the chapter, Your Career in Business, to help you figure out how to take your education and actually turn it into a career path that fits you.
Because the big idea here is that a successful career isn't just handed to you with a diploma, right? I mean, it is actively constructed.
Yes, constructed
Hmm.
through business awareness, interpersonal skills, and a really intentional job search strategy.
So let's look at that foundation. The texts are pretty insistent that even if your goal is to be like a botanist or a graphic designer, you still need to study business basics.
You really do,
Yeah.
because business literacy applies everywhere.
I always think of it like an operating system. You might be this highly specialized, creative software, but you still have to run on the company's overarching operating system.
Right.
And if you aren't compatible with the OS, the application just crashes.
That compatibility is crucial. And before you spend years developing that specialized software, the sources emphasize testing it out first.
Using those career exploration platforms, right? Like Pivot Planet.
Exactly, Pivot Planet. You can connect with advisors in specific professions so you can actually understand the day-to-day reality, because you want to know that before making a massive time investment.
Right. But knowing the industry is really only half the battle.
Yeah.
The texts point out that what actually dictates your advancement isn't just your technical skill.
All right, it's your interpersonal skills.
Yeah. Persuasion, handling conflict, being a reliable team player.
Because the workplace is inherently just a social network.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be the absolute most brilliant technical mind in the room, but if you lack the interpersonal skills to communicate your ideas,
Or navigate the office politics.
exactly,
Mm-hmm.
then your career just stalls out. The best idea rarely wins on its own. It wins because it was effectively championed.
So, okay, you understand the operating system and the social network, but how do we actually chart that path without, locking ourselves into a miserable career?
Well, the sources lay out a 6-step planning process.
Right, right. Set a goal, acquire knowledge, compare alternatives, choose a strategy, make a commitment, and stay flexible. But I have to push back here a little.
Okay, go for it.
A 6-step plan sounds great in a textbook, but the job market changes every 5 minutes. Isn't a highly structured plan just a trap?
Well, it is if you treat it like a blood oath,
Yeah.
but planning is what turns a mere wish into an actionable method. And notice that staying flexible is, well, it's literally the 6th step of the process.
Fair point.
You are building a roadmap, but you're deliberately packing a spare tire and a GPS that reroutes you when things shift.
That makes sense. And speaking of preparation, the texts draw this really fascinating parallel. We usually think of study habits or time management as just ways to pass a test. But a college syllabus is essentially a corporate project scope. So the way you prioritize a massive midterm over like a minor reading quiz, that's the exact same triage framework you'll use to manage a multi-million-dollar tech deployment.
The discipline transfers seamlessly. The tools you use to survive a difficult semester are the exact same tools you need to thrive professionally.
Which brings us to the actual hiring process.
Huh?
Because all that discipline won't help if you can't get past the digital gatekeepers.
The ATS.
Yeah, the applicant tracking system. When you submit a resume today, you are rarely handing it to a human. You are feeding it to an ATS.
And an ATS isn't reading your resume for nuance. It's parsing data. Employers use these algorithms to filter out the noise.
Right, so if the job description asks for project management and your resume just says oversaw initiative.
The algorithm essentially scores you a 0.
Yeah.
A human being will literally never even see your application.
Wow, this is where our word of the day actually becomes vital, right? Transferable skills.
Transferable skills.
Which are defined as the skills and attitudes that prepare a person for a wide variety of jobs and that can move from one task or workplace to another. It's not just HR jargon.
No, it's the exact data the ATS is programmed to look for. And the only way to identify those skills is through a really honest self-assessment.
Got it.
By evaluating your true strengths and weaknesses, you figure out exactly what keywords naturally belong on your resume. This ensures you're targeting a true career fit, rather than just blindly trying to hack an algorithm.
So your college habits transfer directly to your workplace performance. Real success demands discipline, people skills, and a solid understanding of digital hiring mechanics like ATS.
You have to take control of the variables you can influence to actively shape your path.
Which leaves us with a critical question for you to consider. If a digital algorithm is currently filtering your resume based purely on keywords, what specific words define your professional story right now? And honestly, are they the ones you actually want an employer to see?